Hello everyone, and welcome to my review for ARK Survival Evolved on PlayStation 4. So a little bit of a disclaimer here. This is being played on the standard PS4, not the Slim, but the original stock PS4. I figured I should say that only because the developers of this game, some of the stuff that they're showing and saying, that's pushing the PS4 Pro pretty hardcore. So I can't say what the game's like on the Pro console, so I just wanted to let everybody know that this review is for the standard PS4, and if I hear anything is different on the Pro, I honestly don't know anybody who has a Pro, and I haven't seen anything, people saying that it's different with the Pro. So as far as I know, it's the same, but I thought I would throw that out there. So let's see, let's start off here with the gameplay. So it's kind of your typical survival game, and crafting. It's a little bit light on the crafting and the building. It's pretty basic, but the most importantly here is that there's dinosaurs, and I am probably a little bit biased towards this because I would take dinosaurs over zombies any day. Dinosaurs are seriously underrepresented in games, at least console games. So, you know, maybe it's just because I'm really burned out on zombies, because it seems like everything has zombies. So this is super refreshing to me. I love dinosaurs, and it's so awesome to finally have a good game with dinosaurs in it. So, I feel like it's a lot more challenging, than say Minecraft or 7 Days to Die. These dinosaurs are almost impossible to kill with just a spear, and you're going to be spending a lot of time running away. And I think that one of the greatest things actually about this game is, you know, you're just out gathering resources and you hear a growl coming from the jungle, and you don't even turn to look and see what it is. You just fucking get out of there and run straight back to your hut, because whatever it is, chances are it's going to destroy you. And that's awesome. I think that that's one of the reasons I think this is actually one of the best survival games I've ever played, because it's hard, and I feel like a survival game, you know, should be pretty hard. So it really makes you feel like you are just a pathetic, tiny little human snack, which is how you should feel, because you're at the fucking bottom of the food chain. And this game just kind of constantly reminds you of that. So I think that's great. And I'm having a lot of fun with the survival aspects. I haven't really gotten too much in building. I did build, I just tested it out. So I built a little hut and, just some basic stuff. And I've looked through the entire crafting menu. So I know that it does get pretty in depth. You can have electricity and water pipes and turrets and things like that. And you can, tame the dinosaurs, and you can make saddles and stuff, and you can ride them. And you can use them for protecting your base and stuff like that. Right now what I'm enjoying the most is just the survival aspect, venturing into the jungle but not too far, and seeing what's out there, and then, getting my ass kicked. And one of the best encounters that I had that makes me feel like this game is probably the best survival game that I've played was, you pretty much don't go out at night. You're just going to get destroyed. It's really dark. It's how it would be in real life. You can't see shit. And so, you just stay inside at night and craft and, get ready for the next day. And I was just chilling in my hut, and a Dilophosaurus came in and just fucked me up. And that was the end of it. That's awesome. I think those little moments are what makes this game great. It also has split screen too. I haven't played too much of it. It's one of the main reasons I got this game, so I wanted to mention that, because we don't have a lot of split screen games. I did log in second player and tested it out, and it seemed to, the performance didn't seem to be impacted or anything like that, so I'm definitely looking forward to playing this game with my son when he comes over next. And I just really love that I'm seeing some more split screen stuff. And it seems to be these survival crafting games that are giving us the split screen. So split screen is not dead yet, thankfully. So the other multiplayer component is there is a really big multiplayer servers that you can be on. I've seen that they go up to like 100 people. That's insane. I did jump on just yesterday so I could have an idea of what's going on with the multiplayer stuff. I jumped onto the regular multiplayer server, so the island and the scorched earth. I did not play for very long, but I didn't have any kind of issues. There was no like lag or anything that I experienced, so that was fun. It's a little bit more intense because, you know, not only now are you like running and hiding from the dinosaurs, but all of the people on the server too. So it was pretty stressful, but it was fun. I think the multiplayer component of this game is probably one of its strongest things that it has going for it. I could go on and on and on about how much I really like the gameplay, so we'll just say that it's one of the best survival games that I've ever played, and I will move on to sound. So the sound is good. The dinosaurs sound terrifying and realistic, and you know, I say realistic even though we don't really know what dinosaurs would have sounded like, but you know, they have computer programs and stuff where they can run like the anatomy and stuff of a dinosaur through the computer, and they can get a pretty good idea. And you probably remember that scene, I think it was in Jurassic Park 3, where Dr. Grant like prints out the 3D raptor skull, you know, and then he blows through it and you hear like the sound. So yeah, we kind of have that, so we can kind of get a pretty good, you know, guesstimation. And sorry, I'm like hardcore nerding on dinosaurs right now, but let me just say that I think that the devs got pretty close to being like how we would actually think that they sound. So that's pretty cool. As a hardcore dinosaur fan, I definitely enjoy that. So the only thing, I'll say the only negative thing I can think of about the sound is the sound that your character makes when you're like mining. It's not like it's a bad sound, but it just is annoying. It just fucking constantly, you just hear that sound just like constantly. And with all the settings this game has, I'm kind of surprised that I haven't found any place to turn that off. And I did look just at the basic pause screen when I was in the game, and I couldn't find any way to like turn that character voice down. But that's not really like that's just an annoying thing. Like the actual sound itself is good. So let's move on to the controls here. I think the controls for the most part are good. They feel pretty tight. The thing is, like, these games are always going to be kind of a nightmare when it comes to like navigating the menus. This is a really complex menu system, and the crafting menus in these games are always extremely complex. And you know, when you're using a controller, you just kind of have to deal with this. And I'm wondering now that we're getting more of these games, like a mouse and keyboard peripheral would be really nice for this type of game. And now that we're getting more of them, I wonder if that's like actually going to be a thing. But it's obviously not right now, so we just kind of have to deal with, it's just kind of slow and cumbersome. And there seems to be an issue where, like, when you're in the crafting menu and you go to exit out of the menu, you like can't turn left or right for like a few seconds. That's probably my biggest complaint about the controls. I don't really know what's going on there, but it can really impact your game when you're like in the crafting menu and, you know, something sneaks up behind you, and so you're trying to exit out and turn really fast, and you can't turn. So that's extremely annoying. So hopefully they fix that soon. So let's switch gears here to the graphics. I think the graphics are pretty good. It was really jarring. I just got done playing Rise of the Tomb Raider, and that game looks gorgeous. And I got thrown into this game. I was like, fuck, this does not look very good at all. But now I'm actually pretty used to it. And, you know, you kind of just have to compare it to other games that are in its category, games that are like it. And I think this is probably the best looking game, the survival on such a large scale. So I think what they've done is actually pretty impressive, given the type of games the game that it is. There is a little bit of like a reflection, like there's some weird reflections going on with the water, and there's some glitchy dinosaur stuff. So we'll just talk a little bit about the cons, I guess. The Dinosaur AI doesn't seem to be so great. They do seem to be getting spawned like in the middle of things, like in the middle of rocks and trees and bushes, and then they just kind of sit there spinning in circles, and they're, you know, pretty easy prey when they're stuck inside a rock. And I've noticed with the Triceratops, they don't seem to be stuck in anything, but they don't like come after you when you shoot them. They like spin to like where they're looking at you, and then they just stand there looking at you while you murder them with an axe. And that's happened to me with every single Triceratops, so I don't know if it's... I think there might be something wrong like with the programming of them, because they don't look like they're stuck in anything to me. And I do wish that the character customization was a little more in depth. Like on the surface, it appears that it is because of all the sliders you get, but it's really not. Like you could basically just make parts of your character smaller or bigger. There's no like you can't change, you know, anything else. You can't change like your hair or anything like that. And given that, you know, you can have so many people on a server, pretty much everybody's going to look the same. So I wish there was a little more customization, like even the clothes and stuff that you craft. Yeah, so you're not going to like really stand out from anybody else. So hopefully they give us a little more options for that in the end. So I think I am going to give this game a 7.5 out of 10. And I think this will be an 8 out of 10 if they could just fix just a few little bugs that it's having. The game is really stable, and that's like one of the biggest things that it has going for it. But if they could fix the Dinosaur AI and the little bit of glitchiness that it has, I mean, the dinosaurs are kind of like the main part of the game, so they really need to work right. And if they can fix that, then I think this game could work its way up to an 8. And if you're into survival games, then you should definitely play this game. It's a lot of fun. And that's going to wrap this review up for me, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying this game, and I will talk at you later.